Welcome back to Nintagious. We destroyed it on Warsaw last time. I think we had like an 800 before that. Very good run. I was very proud of like my problem solving abilities on that one because I was able to identify a lot of like traffic issues and address them before they became like really bad. Hopefully we can run it back and do the same thing here. This could potentially be like a bit of a temporary finale if this goes well enough, because then I've hit the point of I'm comfortable with moving on and doing something else for a little while. So let's just jump right on in and see what we're dealing with. I am immediately remembering that it has like this square river here that I'm still very curious. Is this like a this couldn't have been naturally occurring, right? This had to have been something that they constructed themselves. I'd love to see like a picture of this city. As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna be able to show it on stream for obvious reasons, but I'm gonna Google it really quick on my phone because I'm curious. I want to see like a picture of this city, which is Chiang Mai, largest city in Thailand. Well, I'm not seeing any sort of square river like that in these pictures, but maybe these aren't great pictures. There's randomly a picture of a roller coaster in there. I'm not sure how that's relevant. Maybe that city has an amusement park. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing that there's like maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. It looks like there's a big like palace in the middle of the city, and there's like a square moat around it. Yeah, so that's what we'd be looking at right now. Cool. I think I mentioned in a previous episode, if I had like all the money in the world, just like infinite dollars, not even just dollars, but just infinite money, because then it would work in just any region. I would love to just like travel and just see things, and not on like an agenda, but just be like, I'm gonna go here next, and I'm just gonna stay until I feel like I've seen enough, and then I'm just gonna go to the next place, wherever that may be. It's because I look like because I look at pictures of this and I'm like, I've never seen anything like this, like in person, like ever. But it would be neat to see just see things. I don't know. And I remember, I don't, I would assume this was something I talked about in this playthrough because I'm not really making other playthroughs at the moment. So where else would I have talked about it? Um, I think it's something I like about video games so much because it kind of gives you a window into different worlds. You get to like see these places without like actually having to like get off your couch. You know what I mean? And I think that's what a lot of people like about. I'd say the same thing about movies and even some TV shows, and I think it's what a lot of people like about books as well. They're like portals into other worlds, which is really neat. And I think something that's really compelled. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Something that's in particular really made games like really resonate with me on that note is the fact that they're interactive. So you're not like limited. Whereas if you're watching like if you're reading a book or watching a movie, you're limited by what they're choosing to show you. And I guess in video games you are too, but you could just kind of choose to hang out in an area longer if you're like, I want to just see more of this place. Now, granted, you're still limited by the amount of like stuff they program in that area, but you know what I mean. Hopefully, speed me up. By the way, another end of a week, I would like to get more bridges. I have 2 ready to go, but you can't ever have too many bridges, is the way I'm looking at it. And they didn't give us either. We had 1 traffic light on that last map that put a lot of good work in. So all of a sudden I'm going to like revalue traffic lights a little bit more. This is ass and I hate it. What did you do? Maybe I shouldn't have moved that road. I think I just got punished for moving that road the way I did. I do remember the early moments of this map kind of sucking because it's very cramped. And everything's just getting dumped like right in here. Oh yeah, what if we just do this actually? That makes more sense. Well, it kind of sucks because if he decides that he's going to go to the FAR facility instead of this one, he could go around this way though. That's not the worst. I think I'm happy with that placement. As I said, I wouldn't mind more bridges. Could you like give it a rest for 2 seconds? Ooh, what? I wouldn't mind adding another bridge here, I think. I don't know, though. If I put a bridge here, they might all take that path, except for this one. But this one would probably still then take this one, and I think I'd rather they take this path. Give me a second. This might actually be worth getting a roundabout and putting in here. Maybe. And then kind of reconfiguring this area. I'm going to let it ride until we potentially get a roundabout, and then we'll address it. Although for now, we're going to put a road right there in case these guys decide they need to come up this way. They have a slightly more elegant way of doing it. But I do think a roundabout here would actually hit the spot. And I hope they give me one before, like, houses spawn in here just to screw with me. You know, that sucks, but I'm also going to happily take that motorway. I don't need it at the moment, but we have it for when we do need it. I think I'm just going to connect that there. I was going to connect it up here, but these houses are going to have to come down here too. I'm going to betray my OCD for a second and connect that house like that, just to kind of... just one less road. No, we still want that one too. You know what? Don't mind me. I'm just covering that up so that they can't put any houses in there. Because I'm onto you. I'm onto your shit, video game. Now, hopefully they don't leave us just starved for a roundabout the entire run. It'd be kind of unfortunate. Why would you go around that way, you maniac? I saw what you did there. I'm also analyzing other sections to figure, is there anything else that I could be adjusting here? Wondering if I should connect to these greenhouses, like, directly here, and then disconnect them from everything else, perhaps? I don't know if 3 houses is going to be enough to get that done, though. So a better option might be to, like, disconnect these 2 and connect them, like, here directly. Maybe? It would take another bridge. Like, disconnect this and then dedicate these here. That might be an idea that we can pursue. I saw that. Okay, now this is a thing. I think this is a job for Motorway. I think we want to maybe connect the Motorway, like, right here, actually. Because I think connecting it here, it's just too much traffic. I don't think you should expect any cars to have to go through that much nonsense. Because they're just going to take an eternity to get where they're trying to go. I think we should definitely add another road here at some point. Maybe try... Or just connect them directly. I'm just going to fucking do it. I'm just going to fucking do it. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop... There's nothing that anyone can do to stop me from doing this. So we're just going to do that. That maybe means we're not going to put a roundabout here now, though. Come to think of it. I think that's maybe fine, though. I think we should reconsider this area, though, and maybe make it just look less. Just be less. Just be less. I know what I said. And I think we only need this one now for the reds. No, because some of the greens might have to come up here to take the motorway, so we'll leave that in there. All right, get that tidied up a little bit, and then speed me up. That's completely fine. Nothing to complain about. Speed me up. Keep it moving. Speed me up. I'm not afraid. That seems fine. Maybe not my first place for where I'd put a house, but I'd love to see a multiplayer take on this game. I think I mentioned back in a really early episode that one way you could do it is with an asymmetric multiplayer approach where you have one person planning the city, and then it's like you have I don't know, 100 players down in the city, and they're just trying to get back and forth to work every day. And they could maybe put in requests and be like, man, there's just so much traffic. I could really use, like anything. like just to get to work easier, or I want a different job. Could I maybe like get a connection to a different facility or something? And then the one player would have to you'd not only be managing the roads, and they'd be seeing them change in real time, which I think would be kind of neat. Except they'd probably have you could probably make it so that they have to be constructed first, so you could actually like see the construction, which would be kind of neat. It wouldn't take like real time to complete, but you could still like you drive by one day on your way to work and be like, oh yeah, look, there's another road going up over there. You could do that, or you could also do it like one person's placing the facilities in the houses, and the other person's doing the roads. That could be interesting too, maybe. I feel like there's a lot of potential applications. Do I want this I guess I should take the motorway. Yeah, because it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I would have liked to get more bridges though, so that kind of hurts. But I think we're gonna ride with this for now. Speed me up. I know I just stalled us with my multiplayer rant, but it's also ironic because lately I've been making the complaint a lot that some games seem to think that, like, I feel like there's some genres where when those games came out like 20 years ago, they were like, well, you know, internet, like online play wasn't really like commonplace just yet. So they couldn't just expect everybody to play the game online. They had to give you solo content too. And now a lot of those same games are now coming out like present day, and now all they have is online multiplayer. They don't have anything else to them. It's very like, well, you just want to play online anyway, right? So I guess it's a little hypocritical of me to look at a game and say, oh wow, multiplayer aspect would be kind of cool. The difference is I'm not like, it'd be more of like a cooperative multiplayer, and I think cooperative multiplayer is something that is like severely underrated in like the current gaming climate. I think developers all think we all just want to be competitive all the time. I don't. I think that's why Monster Hunter like resonated with me so much when it came out, or not when it came out, but when I first started playing it, because it was like, there weren't a lot of like cooperative games. I think that might be why games like, say, World of Warcraft did so well too, because they were like social. And you had to you got to like work together with other players to like accomplish a task. And that's just still not a thing you see a lot of. I feel like there's a lot of MMOs out there, of course, but can I get a road back somewhere, please, so that I can connect this? This is giving me some anxiety. There we go. Yeah, I want to see more cooperative multiplayer games, and that are smart enough to also have online play. I feel like there's this weird niche where there are developers making cooperative games, but then they only make them couch co-op. And especially, like, during the pandemic and now post-pandemic, I mean, before the pandemic, too, like, most of my friends are online friends, so we don't have the opportunity to sit down and, like, play a game on the couch like that, which would be cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not practical. We live states away from each other. So I value the online cooperative experience, which there are not many of. I wish there were more. It's kind of all I'm getting at. Again, I think that's why I eventually got hooked into Monster Hunter as much as I did, because it was... And I guess another aspect is, I think a lot of mobile, like free-to-play MMO mobile games have a cooperative multiplayer aspect, but they're all just like, oh, just team up with randos. And it's like, I don't want to team up with randos. And then they do one worse and like force you to do it, and I'm just like, no. I would rather play alone unless I have friends to play it with. But until that happens, I'd rather just play it alone. Like, don't demand that I just go play with randos. Because, like, let me put it this way. In like, the vanilla days of World of Warcraft, like, sure, that's what we did. We just had to play with other random people, and sure, we made some friendships along the way by doing that. Like, we would find people that were other good players, and we'd be like, hey, we should play again sometime. And that was great and all, but I don't think that really happens anymore. And I might be wrong on that, but I feel like most people don't necessarily want to, like, build a friendship when they're playing with randos. They just they see it as, like, just a tedious task where they're just like, let's just get this over with. I can't remember the last time I was playing a game of anything with randos and had somebody be like, oh man, you're a great player, we should, like, play again sometime. It just doesn't happen. Like it did, like, 15 years ago. And it sucks, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I often don't find myself wanting it, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, I'd rather just play on my own, you know? Why is this purple house, like, why is it right here? This is... Okay, I guess what we're gonna have to do... First of all, let's take this road back. We're gonna stick you over here instead. Stick you over here instead. That's a bit of an uncomfortable intersection that I don't love, but I think we're gonna have to deal with it for now. Excuse me while I stretch. But anyway, I kind of don't... And again, I would love to... I might be wrong on this, and if that's the case, I would love to learn from it. I would assume that most people that play, like, free-to-play MMOs and stuff, I would assume they don't want to interact with other people, because... Unless they're already friends. Because I feel like in most cases, the other people are, like... First of all, when it comes to, like, free-to-play mobile games, most of the other players are, like, children. And if you're an adult player, you probably want nothing to do with that. This sucks. This is... Butts. That's the way I do it, at least. Like, I'm down for playing games with, like, friends, even with viewers in some cases. But, like, when it comes to randos, I'm like, nah, leave me alone. Like, I groan when a game says, like, find a party of 4 to complete this task. I'm like, god damn it. Like, just let me play it alone. Like, I've been doing fine until now, and now all of a sudden you're like, oh, you need other people for this. It's like, do I? I don't like being told that I need, like, it's supposed to be social, but the the games try to make it not social. They try to make it a requirement. And that's not social. Does that make sense? We're just going to have to connect that like that for now. I would like to get a bridge and build this without the motorway, and then we're probably going to use the motorway to connect to this. I don't know, up here, maybe? I was about to say I'd like to see what the other color is before I go to that trouble. So thank you for that. We're just going to connect this here. That's totally fine. Now we finally got a roundabout. I'll take the motorway, I guess. And I guess I can still connect this, which we probably should. Where do I want to draw the yellows from is the tricky thing. We don't have like a big chunk of yellows. They're all kind of like separated into their own little areas already. So maybe we're just gonna let this fly for now, and maybe see if some other... Oh my god, shit is spawning so fast. We are up to 530 trips already. Holy shit. Okay, we might have to use the motorway to get the purples over here, come to think of it. Because that's pretty out of the way, and I don't want them to have to travel all the way through here to get there. So we're going to have to do this. I don't love it, but you gotta do what you gotta do, baby. Yeah, probably like there. Seems about right. How did I get on the multiplayer subject I was just talking about? Oh, because I mentioned that this would be a neat multiplayer idea. I do think, I think that's something that... Why are you up there? I do think that's something that works about Battle Royales. I think that's a particular... Playing against randos makes sense there, I think. Because you're not having to work together, I guess is what it comes down to. I guess that's the key difference to me. When I have to, like, work with somebody to, like, conquer, like, a goal, I typically don't want to do it with random people. And again, I feel like most people feel that way. I might be wrong on that. It's fine. But if you're competing against random people, I feel like that's totally fine. In fact, that's probably how most people would prefer to do it. Like, I'm not competitive at all, but if I were to be playing, like, let's say, I think the last game that I played semi-competitively was probably either Splatoon or Smash Brothers, and in both cases, well, let's use Smash Brothers as a better example. If you do nothing but train against your friends, you're only going to learn how to fight against your friends. So it makes sense that you'd want to fight against, like, random people, because you're going to learn how to deal with a larger grouping of people. That makes complete sense. I think from the cooperative standpoint, having to deal with other people is just 9 times out of 10 like a detriment. Not a good time. This is kind of nasty. I'm not liking this run too much. I feel like we might have to make some pretty big changes here soon, and I don't know where to begin. Like, I think we need to make, like, a large change somewhere to get things running a little more smoothly. And I don't know. I don't know what. I think I might be too involved in the banter on this particular run, which has made it not excellent. I'm thinking. We are on Sunday. Okay, let's let this run out. I want to see bridges or motorways. Which means they're going to give us traffic lights and a roundabout. Oh, baby, did I call... Like, is there a... Could you make a living, like, calling shots like that? How many times in this game have I called those? Where I'm like, here's the bad outcome that I'm going to get, and then they immediately give me the bad outcome. Alright, we'll take the roundabout. Can we still cram the roundabout in where I was planning to? Is that going to help? Anything? I kind of think not. I'm maybe thinking about taking this road back out to get this bridge back. So I could stick the roundabout in here. I don't know if it's necessarily going to help anything, but we're gonna do it. Okay, so we're gonna connect that there, connect that there, take this out, connect these here, connect this, that there, and then this down to those. And mostly just gave... Oh, we gotta reconnect this. That mostly just gave us that bridge back, which means we can now connect this over here with the bridge, which means we can use the motorway for something else. So let's try to... I think as soon as that car passes, we get the bridge back. Okay. We're gonna take this down. Which I guess we're going to still want to have it up here, I think. And we'll connect it there. And then as soon as we get that motorway back, we'll connect some red houses somewhere to that facility. I'm not really sure where. I guess up here is probably the most sensible way to do it. Oh god, there's a traffic jam on the motorway. This isn't gonna be good. Yeah, this area needs to be, like, reconstructed in some way, for sure. That's our next project as soon as we get this hooked up. Okay, there we go. We're gonna connect it right here. And I'll connect it right down there. Okay, this area is a fucking mess. Something has to be done here. But what? So purples have to be able to go this way and go this way. I think it's this road mostly. We need to get some of these houses off of this road. These we can't do anything about. I guess two of them we could stick together. We could do this. I guess I could connect these around here. We just got to get these houses off of this road. We need less. Those roads are getting a little difficult to see. We're going to pivot to night mode really quick. There we go. Now I can see the roads I'm editing a little bit better. I feel like some people may have already been like, how were you able to see anything you were doing? Very carefully. Connect this over here. I think we want to move this motorway. I think we want to move this, like, down here. Because then the purples don't have to go through this intersection to be able to get to this motorway. So we're going to move that. Hopefully that doesn't take too long to... It looks like there's one car on there right now. As soon as he gets off, it should be fine. No, someone else is taking it. You hate to see it. I think that will, like, overall be okay, though. We got a lot of the cars off of this road, so that should clean itself up. We do have a slight problem here, because these yellows are inviting themselves down here to come help here. We don't really want that. I don't think there's anything we can do about it, though, is the unfortunate truth. Aside from giving them a more direct route. Which we don't have any bridges to do. I think maybe we'll put a road right here. so that yellows can get down here a little bit easier. Maybe here or like here. Because then it'll give yellows a more direct path, and they won't be going all the way around here and adding to this congestion. But we're going to need like a bridge or something. Does this bridge need to exist? Yes, because these reds need to get over here. That's kind of always my first thought is, can I just take a bridge out that I'm already using and just repurpose it somewhere else? I don't think we can do that at the moment. Not going to complain about more greenhouses, that's for sure. This facility is a bit of a problem at the moment, because we're just kind of waiting for these purple cars to finish their shit so that the new motorway can be put up. It's a problem. You hate to see it. And the blues just aren't getting over here. It's just too congested. And now that's a problem. I think we've lost this one. And this one, no, this was still a 36-minute episode. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to try this one again. Yeah, there. That lower section, like, I kind of didn't know what to do about it, and so I dragged my feet on trying to fix it, and by the time I actually got around to fixing it, or at least trying to fix it, it was just kind of too late at that point. I don't think there's much else to say about it than that, to be honest. So I guess we're gonna have to try this one again. Is just all it comes down to, which is kind of fine. On one hand, I'm kind of... The end is in sight, but on the other hand, I don't want to rush it, because, like, I am having a good time. So I also think I may have been, like, too focused on banter on that run, to be honest, and I maybe didn't address some things as quickly as I should have, but we'll give it another run. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break in this recording session, and then I'm probably going to pick it back up again later. And try to keep it running while I'm kind of in the groove with it and having a good time. But we'll see. Either way, thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time. It was a less good run than the Warsaw run before it, but I hope it was still a good time. If you did have a good time, don't forget to hit the like button. It was very helpful to let me know that I should continue making this content. At this point, there's 30-some episodes, so if you're only just now joining, go back and watch some of the other episodes. There you go. There's just already some content ready to go. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care of yourselves, and thank you again for watching.